आज ही डाउटनेट ऐप डाउनलोड करें। डाउटनेट पर होगा अब आपके सभी मैथ्स, केमिस्ट्री, फिजिक्स और बायोलॉजी डाउट्स का सफाया। बस अपने क्वेश्चन की फोटो खींचो, उसे क्रॉप करो और तुरंत वीडियो सोल्यूशन पाओ। डाउनलोड नाउ।
Hello friends, welcome. The question states, the figure shows a regular hexagon with sides of length A and A square with sides of length A. That means the figure shows a regular hexagon. So this is the figure and it has nothing much, right? It has just a hexagon with sides. It is given as length A. So I can say each side is of length A. And a square with sides of length A. So the square also has sides of length A because these are regular figures, and for regular figures the length of each side is same. Now if the area of hexagon is 384 root 3, so we have been given the area of the hexagon square inches. What is the area in square inches of the square? So that means we need to find the area of this hexagon and the area of this square. So when we are approaching this particular question, we need to keep in mind just one thing, just one formula, which is area of equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle is equal to root 3 by 4 A square, where A is the side of the triangle. Now you must be wondering where this formula came from, right? So let me tell you how this formula is derived. So in an equilateral triangle, all the sides are of same length. So I can say A and A. Now if I drop an altitude which is perpendicular in length, right, which is perpendicular, so this angle is 90 degree. So what happens that these sides becomes A by 2 and A by 2 for equilateral triangle because it is divided equally, right? And here a right angle triangle is formed. If I call this height as x and if I apply the Pythagoras formula in any of these two triangles, I can say that x square, which is this, plus A by 2 square, right, which is this, is equals to A square, right? Now so this can be applied to any of these triangles because this is x, both of these are A by 2 and this is A and this is also A. It is an equilateral triangle. Now if I expand this, it will become x square plus A square upon 4 is equals to A square, right? So I can say x square is equals to, if I take this to the other side, or I can say we are subtracting A square by 4 from both the sides, it becomes A square minus A square by 4 because we have subtracted A square by 4 from both the sides. So it got cancelled out and we have minus A square by 4 on this side. So this is nothing but A square 3A square upon 4 because it is A square minus A square by 4. So 3A square by 4 is what remains, right? As it becomes 4 by 4 we can say, right? So 4A square minus A square is 3 square. Now if I take a square root on both the sides, that means on this one and on this one, so it will become x is equals to, since it is area or side length, x is side length, so this or this length, so it cannot be negative, so it is simply x is equals to root 3 A by 2, right? So now if I talk about the area of this particular triangle, this is nothing but half into base into height, which is the area. So this is equal to half into the base of this entire triangle is A because it was A by 2 plus A by 2 is A and it is equilateral triangle, so the length is A. And we have just obtained the height over here as root 3A by 2. So it is going to be into root 3A upon 2. So this is equal to root 3A square upon 4, right? So the area of the triangle when it is equilateral is root 3A square by 4. Now let us use this logic to solve this particular question. So we have obtained the area. So this is going to be come in handy to solve this particular question. So we need to keep this thing in mind, right? Now if we talk about this regular hexagon, right, if I draw like this, right? So what happens now is that all of these angles become 60 degree. This is 60 degree, this is 60 degree, right? Because this is a regular hexagon. So all of these become 60 degree in length, right? That means each of them is becoming an equilateral triangle. So here in this hexagon we have 6 equilateral triangles, right? Right, so we have 6 equilateral triangles, 6 triangles, right? And we just obtained the area of one equilateral triangle as root 3a square by 4. So what should be the area of 6 equilateral triangles? 6 times where the side length is a. So here also the side length has been given to us as a. So it is nothing but equal to 6 times root 3a square by 4. So this is equal to 3 root 3a square upon 2, because if we cancel them by 2, this becomes 3 and this becomes 2, right? Now this value, the area of the hexagon that we have just obtained, that is 6 times triangles, 6 times equilateral triangles, is given to us in the question as 384 root 3. So let us equate. This is equals to 384 root 3, right? So let us just talk about these two, which is 3 root 3a square by 2 and 384 root 3. Now this root 3 and this root 3 is direct cancelled out, right? So we can write 3 by 2a square is equal to 384. Now if we cancel by 3, this becomes 128. So we are going to multiply this by 128. So we obtain a square is equals to 256, right? Now the area of this square, now since this side is common to both the regular hexagon and the square, right? Because it is given to us in the question that the figure shows a regular hexagon with sides of length a and a square with sides of length a. So both of these is length a, and this is a regular figure, so this is length a, this is length a, this is length a. And we have just obtained the value of a square as 256 from the regular hexagon, that is a square is equals to 256, right? Now using this particular formula, now here we have the area of the square which has been asked in the question. So what is the area in square inches of the square, right? So area of a square is nothing but side into side. So area of the square here will be nothing but area of square is equals to a square. And here a square is equals to 256, which I have already calculated. So you can say area of square is 256 units. And upon comparing with the options, we see that this matches with option A. So we say the correct answer to this particular question is option A, which is 256 units, which is the area of the square in square inches, because 384 root 3 square inches has been given to us, right? So the unit is square inches, so we can write it as square inches. And hence the correct answer for this particular question is option A, which is 256. That is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching.
क्लास 6 से 12 से लेके नीट, IIT, जेई मेंस और एडवांस के लेवल तक 10 मिलियन से ज़्यादा स्टूडेंट्स का भरोसा। आज ही डाउनलोड करें डाउटनेट ऐप या व्हाट्सएप कीजिए अपने डाउट्स 8400 400 400 पर।